36-week gradebook setup. Your first task is to verify that you have the correct categories listed. You need to make sure you're on your score sheet tab, and the categories that you need are formal, informal, midterm, and final. Those are the categories that are needed for all courses except for English 3 or 4, which you will need an additional category called Graduation Project or Spanish 1 or French 1. And for that course, you will need an additional category called Summative Performance. If you have other categories listed, such as project, quiz, test, those categories are not needed. They can be deleted, but if they are listed over here, it is okay. You just cannot link any of your assignments to those particular categories. Now let's get started. Make sure you are on semester 1 and double click on grade setup. Under grade setup, you will double click on F1. And under F1, you need to make sure you have term weights selected. And for courses that do have a final exam, your S1 should be 37.5, your S2 should be 37.5, and your E1 should be 25. If your courses do not have a final exam, then your S1 should be 100, your S2 should be 100, and your E1 should be 0. Double click on S1. You should still have term weights selected, and you should have Q1 as 40, Q2 as 40, and X1 as 20. Double click on Q1. You should have category weights selected. You should have formal as 70 and informal as 30. Double click on Q2. You should have category weights selected. For formal, you should have 70, and for informal, you should have 30. Double click on X1. You should have category weights selected. You should have midterm as 100. Double click on S2. You should have term weights selected. Your Q3 should be 100 and your Q4 should be 100. Double click on Q3. You should have category weights selected. Your formal should be 70 and your informal should be 30. Double click on Q4. You should have category weights selected. And for all courses except for English 3 or 4 and Spanish 1 or French 1, you should have formal as 70 and informal as 30. If you teach English 3 or 4, you should have formal as 40, informal as 20, and graduation project as 40. If you teach Spanish 1 or French 1, you should have formal as 30, informal as 30, and summative performance as 50. Double click on E1 and your final exam should be 100 for the courses that do have a final. Make sure you have category weights selected as well. If your course does not have a final exam, then the final exam should be 0. You can copy this setup to any other courses in your semester that are A-Day, B-Day classes. The way that you copy is by double clicking on F1 for the course that you set the weights up for. You would go to Tools, go to Copy Final Grade Setup, Make sure you select the entire class, click OK, and you would put checks in the boxes for the courses that it would apply to, which would be your year-long A-Day, B-Day courses. You would click Next, and then it would copy those grades over. You have done this for the first semester, and because this is a 36-week course, you would not have to do this for the second semester courses because these are actually year-long courses. If you need any additional assistance, please look in the school's shared Google Drive folder under Professional Development. There is a PowerPoint in there called Gradebook Setup for 18 and 36 weeks. Thank you for watching this video and have fun setting up your gradebook.